It's raining men. Hallelujah. Sorry. Hey guys, this is the first episode of whatever this is. Welcome to Eurovision Talk. Today I have compiled the Eurovision 2025 performances that I just cannot stop thinking about. They live rent-free in my head. I can't get them out. I think about them at least once a day. And they really struck with me this year. Okay, I'm doing this alphabetically because I'm kind of autistic like that. I'm gonna warn you. I don't know why. I think I have to get used to the camera when it's set up like this, but like this I can talk pretty well, so it's probably just the setup that also made me nervous, not gonna lie. So the first one is not a qualifier, but it's personally one of my top 3 performances this year. It's Australia Gojo with Milkshake Man.
I can tell you want a taste of the milkshake man.
I feel like Australia is so addicting this year. To be honest, I feel like Australia most of the time do a miss personally, but this year was really a hit for me, and they didn't even qualify. I love the outfits, like of the backup dancers and of Gojo, of course. Like those plaid dresses of the backup dancers and like the light blue suit from Gojo.
I say sweet, sweet, you say yum, yum.
I think it's so cute. I love it. I love me a good light blue moment. If he does like the outfit change in his blender, this blender is amazing. It's like one of my favorite props of the year, if not my favorite prop, next to the microphone from Erica. Sometimes I think about where the blender ended up in the end. I hope Gojo has it in like his lawn or something, but probably he doesn't because the broadcaster probably has it and did it, I don't know, something with it. And generally it's so fun. I love dancing to it. It has like this, it just really has something special that I don't see in a lot of pop music lately. Like this, you just want to like get up and dance. I have this with very rarely with songs nowadays. I also love the fact that Gojo is on a stage with his girlfriend. One of the backup dancers of Gojo's is his girlfriend. I love her. She's amazing. She's cute. They are so amazing together, and every time I open like TikTok or Instagram, they are like shown to me and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I know that I'm single, you know. And I also love the message. I know that a lot of people thought about it like in a dirty way. I still do sometimes, not gonna lie. But I feel sometimes it's kind of like that the milkshake man, it's kind of like the milkshake. It's like it stands for confidence, and that we are all special and should be confident about our different aspects, like different flavors, like a milkshake. Furthermore, we have Finland. I love the microphone, okay? She has a way cooler microphone than I do. I only have this very cheap one that I'm holding in my hand because I have nowhere to sit it. So, I'm sorry about that. It probably looks ugly, but I'm sorry, that's all I can do at the moment. I also love Erica's stage presence and like a charisma. I think she really owns the stage. I think you like really feel it, which is different to a lot of other artists that are like maybe a little bit younger, that don't have that much stage presence and experience. I know that Erica is very huge in Finland, so you could see that she kind of has this. She just belongs on the stage. I feel like that's her place to be. That's where we want her, and that's fine. That's amazing. Then I also think this entry with Milkshake Man as well, not gonna lie, is so iconic for the 69th Eurovision. Like, you just get on stage and you're like, ich komme. And every single time I say ich komme, I'm fluent in German, but I always say it in like a Finnish accent kind of way. Like I can never say ich komme normally. I just say it like this, like in like all the time. I just say ich komme, and also like wunderbar. I don't know. This song changed me. I cannot explain it anymore. And I also love the outfit. I just have to talk about these outfits this year and all of the other years. I can probably like do an outfit breakdown of each because I really love talking about the outfits and what they mean to the song. She has this black bodysuit with these golden spikes, but I'm sorry, I really love these outfits this year. Then again with F, we have France. To be honest, when I first heard the song and I watched the music video, I wasn't really catched. Like, I didn't thought much about it, but usually I love France every single year. Like, I feel France doesn't miss. Like, I loved Mon Amour last year. It was probably in my top 3 as well. But then she opened in the second semi-final with this hourglass metaphor. And I don't know, it just kind of changed for me. And like when it's live, you just get like the message more across and the emotions more across. I wish they would have added subtitles as well so you could hear the message more, which is very, because when I looked up the lyrics I was like, okay, this is sad, but I wasn't really like catch. But probably when it was live with the subtitles right underneath, I feel like it would have catched me in the moment more. But because I read the lyrics beforehand, I always do this when it's in a foreign language I don't understand. I always I always look up the lyrics in English, and then I'm like, okay. So this kind of like probably put me an advantage, but it probably would have done better if they would have just added the subtitles. I feel this way. That Luan is at the Eurovision, like such a big artist in Europe. Like, I'm probably not the only one that talked about Luan in French class. Like, we always listened to her music. My French teacher was very big on music and all that, so we listened to her, we sang her songs and all that. So I was when she got out, like on top of this football game, I think. J'ai construit ma vie et le vide écran. And presented her song first. I was like, Luan, what are you doing here?
Happening very Ariana, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Of course, the message and like the different stages of girlhood, like being a girl, then losing the mother, and then being a mother itself. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? And when she did like the maman cry in the final. Maman, 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 maman. And like a cry, like a begging, something between this, like a whining. This just made the performance like 10 times better. Like, it just put the emotion more across. I have to look about what I'm saying today, okay? Every single year I watch the Eurovision with my family and my best friend, and I tried so hard not to cry during this performance. It was most of the time I don't really cry, or it doesn't catch me, because most of the time it's like mainly party songs and then like the few ballads, but then you're like in this party feeling That's how I feel, and I don't really like to cry in front of people. That's probably also a thing. It almost got me. It almost got me, and it almost got me. Okay. First, at the end, when like her daughter also says "mama" after she just said "mama."
Mama.
I don't even know what to say about this. I just speechless. I'm just like sat there.
I don't think I can do this anymore, you guys.
Then another big 5 country this year that has really struck with me is Italy.
La vita è un gioco da ragazzi.
Always love Italy, kinda. It's not really a surprise for me. First of all, I like love the message, like Voleva Sundolo, like I wanted to be a strong boy or something. It says like all of these things, like I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that. Then at the end he's like, wow, I'm nothing but Lucio.
Non sono altro che luce.
I don't know, it's just like a song that really creeps up on you. I feel like the first few times you hear it, you're like, okay, it's what the fuck, what is that? I don't really like it. It's normal, and especially with the subtitles and the semifinals and the final, it really brought the message more across because it's not a performative song. It's really just music, and the song lives on its own. It doesn't need that much more. So I love that they included those subtitles, and I think that they should do this for every single foreign language. I know that a few countries have those in their national television, but in Germany we don't have those, and normally I watch the Eurovision YouTube live stream. So, and I just feel like the song gives late summer dusk, like you're going home from like a meet with friends. You were like sitting, you were talking, and then you like go home and you're like, maybe life isn't that bad when you just try to be yourself and you just try to live in a moment. And I have literally like screamed harmonica in my notes, literally underlined it like 10 times, because the only playable instrument in Eurovision that is live playable is the harmonica, and he did it. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. This kind of like reminds me of the time in the cheese fondue series from Eurovision where he said music is not a competition. He like also said, well, if you like my song, if you like other songs, just vote for it. Music is not a competition. And I feel like this kind of also proved it. Then he was like, you know, I'm just gonna play this harmonica. I don't know, you know. This is not a contestant this year. This is an interval act. But it has really struck with me this year, and this song got into my playlist, like my normal playlist, not my Eurovision playlist. And songs rarely do that for me. So I was very shocked that it could do that, and I love to listen to it. It's, I don't know. Anyways, it's Unexplainable from Nemo.
Ooh, where do we go? I reckon it all makes sense somewhere, somehow.
At the moment, it felt a little bit awkward, I gotta say, because in the beginning, I didn't really knew what like was going on and what it was about. I was like, okay, what is happening? And then I feel like after the lyrics, and I'm a woman in my dreams, are like, oh, okay.
I go to bed, I close my eyes, and I'm a woman in my dreams.
And then it kind of like, when it reached like the climax of like all of the screaming and all, I was like, okay. I get why people would find it awkward, but I feel like, but if you like feel these feelings, I feel like a lot of people feel unexplainable sometimes. Like comforting that people, that a person goes on the stage and delivers this and just says, hey, you know, I'm unexplainable too. And with all that's going on in the world right now, with queerphobia and so on, I really love it. It's probably one of my favorite performances this year. Like, I really love Kadia and Baby Lasagna, and they were my favorites the last 2 years. But I feel like Unexplainable was so touching to me, and it just lives rent free in my head. From the Swiss is Switzerland. Also from the Swiss is Switzerland. What the I love Switzerland this year. I feel like Switzerland is also such a strong Eurovision country. I feel like it's probably my top 5 Eurovision countries. They slay pretty much every year. By the way, Zoe and Gojo texted me on Instagram, but Zoe just texted me pretty recently, and I have a video of my reaction to it. I was in the supermarket, and then I had the notification that Zoe may just reply to a DM of mine of me replying to her story. So I'm gonna show you. Me is also a very cute human being. He also just spreads this whole positive energy, and I feel like you can also feel this softness in a performance. And the vocals, I love her voice. Then I gotta say the camera work, and then it's so basic, it's so nostalgic, kind of brings me back to the time when Eurovision was just a small stage, one person in an orchestra, and the focus was just on the song. And with some songs I miss that, because I feel like if your song has a deep meaning and you want that to hear, you're gonna let your song shine. You're not gonna do a huge performance. I feel it's not a big production like Gaia or Lighter. Wireless, it's just one person on the stage, and she uses up like no space, and I don't know, I just love that the song is really just the highlight. I just don't get how it was the jury favorite and then get 0 points from the public. 0 points from the public. How did this got 0 points from the public? I saw so many people say that it was probably their favorite host entry of all time, and I think I kinda agree, but it's very close with Taken by a Stranger from Lena. Yeah, but I really love Voyage, and it's probably also my top 3. But this is what I say about like at least 8 songs this year, so I'm sorry. Then we have our last performance of the year that has really struck with me, and it's probably my most listened Eurovision contestant this year, and also probably my favorite performance of all the contestants this year. It's Ukraine. Me and my little bird of prey. You know, who am I? I love Ukraine. I love Silver Blood. I listened to the album and it was amazing. I really recommend you listening to Of Us. It was released a few weeks before ESC or something. And when the performance like starts with the voice of the girl, she has an amazing voice. I follow her on TikTok and she does a lot of amazing, especially Eurovision covers. I really think you should follow her. It's amazing. It kind of sets the tone of like a little bit like angelic, hopeful, peaceful kind of way. And the outfits, I love the outfits. I love Danya's pink suit. Drummers, I forgot his name. I literally knew it like a few minutes before I'm so sorry, every single time I have to know names, I forget them. With like the heart on the floor. It's amazing, I really loved it. And this retro pop filter gave like more this majestic, angelic feeling that I really loved about the performance and that I get in general while listening to the song. I know that a lot of people didn't like it, but I really loved it personally. And what I also love is the Ukraine English mix that pretty much every Ukrainian contestant has done. Last year it was Teresa Maria with Jerry Hill and Ivona, and then it was also Jamala with 1944. I just love it because I feel like Ukrainian is a little bit more harsh and then English is a little bit more softer, and it really goes well together. And at the end, when they're like have this light ring finger, and then goes to the heart. I could cry, do not do this to me. It's amazing, I love it so much. This was all of the performance that I can't get out of my head this year. As always, feel free to just say what your performances were this year, and especially why they were. See you!